Colleagues that I
And happy Saturday.
Yes, we got the right day.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Sorry.
Rain hasn't quite melted.
This is. Are you ready for this? I was choking on sausage.
Yeah. Food was involved as well. Anyway, welcome back, everyone. An interesting week last week, which largely involved the use of sheet music in unusual directions, the barbarian beating up several big birds, and the rest of the Sesame Street cast running for... No, there weren't any Sesame Street cast, but it could have been if I'd carried on that analogy a little bit longer. Yeah, you are on your journey to the valley where the kobolds are meant to be, are alleged to be, the tribe that was originally given ownership of the Stonebreaker dagger required for maintaining the ritual to keep the seals intact, and who also seemed to be the kobolds who were riding on bats and who attacked the train in our very first session. You've got a couple of days' travel to head south into the Grey Wall Mountains, and you have been making your way through a landscape that is in areas bone dry, and in many other areas rivers having burst their banks, and large amounts of mud and general sort of unkind terrain. But on the other hand, there are lots of flowers and flowering cacti and things like that. But it did mean that a lot of predators were out and looking for things to eat, and they made the Axebeaks made the fatal mistake of assuming that because you were small and looking relatively squishy, that you would be tasty. And while they did indeed get several nibbles in on a couple of people, anyway, you've left those carcasses, and Jeek is currently walking around with the head of the largest one kind of slung over his shoulder like a make-do backpack as a trophy for down the line. I've moved us onto a different map because just to put some distance between where you had been fighting, which was liberally coated in blood and guts and feathers and anything else you care to mention, and it is currently lunchtime, where you have been taking a short rest for an hour or so, and you are in the shade of these large bushes. This road is sort of in a hollow, so you've got sort of higher banks either side, and these bushes sort of growing out from the side of it. So you are sheltering from the sun to a small degree without bothering to put up tents or things like that. The foliage, the overlapping foliage, is thick enough that the dappled shade is comfortable enough not to have any of you worrying about heat stroke or sunburn, which is especially useful given the number of you that actually are from species that prefer to be active in the night. So it sort of gives your eyes a chance to kind of adjust a bit and not have to rely on sunglasses and things like that. So that's where we are. So if you haven't already done what's required under a short rest, which is a button on your character sheets, you can do so. Warlocks will have restored some of their spells. It gives you the option of expending some hit dice towards healing should you need it, or to spend some time casting healing spells. So I'm going to assume that you've done all that. And this trail continues on southward. You're now well past the main signs of Red Rock as a town. We're sort of about, like I said, you're about half a day out now, and you're sort of getting that sort of sense that you had when you were sort of heading north towards the plains, that you're now, yeah, you're not in civilization anymore. You're on not so much the high plains, but you are out in the outlands. What do you want to do?
Jeek's just going to look around to the to the magic users and go, I know you have a spell called Prestigia something or other. Could that make something stop smelling?
I don't think so.
I do not.
I mean, I've got the spell, but I will check. Jesus. Nope, it says nothing about odor. Sorry about that.
Jeek is going to
I can clean a thing.
Maybe if you clean it, it'll get rid of the smell.
Could you possibly clean my head for me?
I can absolutely try. It's a cantrip, so yeah, sure.
Jeek's going to sort of shift you around and then sort of do a bit of a crouch and
Okay.
And with the
Says
head.
You instantaneously clean or soil, in this case clean, an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
What's a cubic foot?
About that, by that.
Ah,
Might not be enough. Might take several applications. Or I'm not going to make you make a roll for it, but just using your survival skills, you could sort of basically clean the skull off and maintain the feathers, sort of, enough to roll them up and whatever. Basically, as if you were dressing and preparing a trophy, so that you don't have an ongoing rotting meat smell.
oh, okay, thank you.
So basically, reduce it to bones, keep the feathers, or majority of the feathers,
Okay,
and then a taxidermist could probably help you mount it, or you can just have the skull.
okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, and that reduces some of the burden, and yes, certainly the tang of blood is quickly removed. It's probably one of those things of you do the cleaning up and then they cast cleaning on you to sort of get rid of the
Okay.
detritus. That's probably the easier way of doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. In that case, if you just want to make a note that that it's a cleaned trophy, and then just in your notes somewhere.
I'll do it on my
And that way, if I start making noises about the smell of something, you can say, no, I cleaned it.
There you go.
Lawfully. Okay, no problem. Yeah, so you can do that quite happily, doing the short rest without that taking any longer of the of any preparations.
Mr. Grumbles has got a bit of a food baby going on.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, your cat is. Well, he's probably taken a few bites, and then being a cat, sort of turned his nose up and walked away and found something small and crawling in the bushes. Any other preparations you want to make before you resume your journey?
Let me just check.
Okay.
I've done everything I can do. Did anyone get anything broken, as in things damaged?
No, I made particularly good check that the instruments weren't damaged, and I've gone over them with a fine-tooth comb while we've been sat.
Okay,
Kind of
Ariana.
done a bit.
Sorry, go on.
I've done a bit of fine-tuning on some of the instruments. But yeah.
Okay.
Ariana
fair
would
enough.
have much the same, and also checked her new gun, and just thinking, because she was thinking of using it and didn't need to, so she just gives it a bit of a clean, but also checks her instruments, similar to Goring, tunes any that have gotten a little out of tune, and packed them away safely.
Yeah, everything's fine. Considering the absolute chaos of everyone crashing around and diving in and out of things, other than some splashes of mud or extra dust and stuff from the scuffling, nothing got damaged. So you're all good. Just give them a bit of a clean and polish and back in their bags and whatever you do. Okay. So running on the assumption, therefore, you're going to you're carrying on. Generally in the direction of the mountains. Who's leading the way? Generally
Not
it's
me.
Jeek, isn't it?
Yeah, Jeeks has gone. I'm the one who can take most hits, so Jeek is at the front, but I think he'd sort of like have Grazka there as sort of like do you think I'm going in the right way?
Yeah, because Grazka's got the maps, basically.
Yeah.
So between the pair of you. Okay, in that case, given all that scuffling, could you do me a survival check? We'll do that for making certain that you're where you think you are. Actually, you can actually trace roughly where you are on the map
Could
and
I
not get
do that
lost.
with advantage because I've got Grazka with me?
Go on then. Yeah, it's up to you. You're not in the middle of a battle or anything, but it just amuses me.
Bollocks. 13?
Okay.
How many of us are doing it?
What? Mine's a 15.
I was only asking Jeek to do it
Oh,
with the advantage
sorry,
of that covered. That's fine. No, 13's fine. No, you're reasonably. I mean, it's not hard to. At this point, you're far enough out that it's not a big issue. It's a case of big mountains. That's the direction we're going. The trails are roughly. It's a combination. For example, you're fairly sure that this used to be a riverbed that you were originally in, and then as you're travelling on over the next couple of hours, you sort of move away from that and across into other locations into other types of trails, mostly say animal trails. There's not a lot of roads out here, but then occasionally you'll find like a stretch of ancient cobbles that sort of for a few hundred yards straight as a line, and then sort of overgrown by the brush and sort of no sign of where it was going from or where it was going to or things like that. Let's see, who have I picked on recently? Moon, could you roll a d20 for me, please?
I can indeed. 1d20. If my Roll20 wants to roll it, let me just refresh Roll20 because
Sure.
you know what Roll20 is like. It hates me. I think it hates everyone.
Yeah.
There we go. Nine.
Okay, lovely. Give me just a moment. And I just. Okay. That's fine. You'll be relieved to hear that nothing is actively trying to eat you at any point. You, as you travel, you've got the option of sort of there's various sort of occasional sort of piles of stone and rocks and so the usual sort of there's a ruin over there, but it's sort of like literally like a couple of walls, sort of weathered by time, with not attached to anything else at all. Occasionally you'll sort of have to divert your way around sort of a small crevice or landslip where especially where the weather's kind of washed away sections and it's drained away into something further deep and below. But the nearest you sort of come to encountering anything really on the way other than general wildlife is that towards the end of the afternoon, about the time where you're starting to think about where you want to sort of find somewhere to stop, across the plains you see maybe a dozen or so clawfeet just running as run, sort of grazing as a pack. So clawfeet are two-legged theropods. They're widely used in some areas when domesticated as mounts. They are generally just quite happily sort of
I tell you what I'm not going to do. I am not going to suggest we try to capture and tame them. Tim knows what I'm talking about here.
See if I've got a picture for you.
Can we walk
You do
towards
have-
them and I want to see if I can capture one?
Shut! Don't do it.
Graska likes claw feet.
I was
I think
I
I
was
might
like
have.
12 and playing D&D, and my brother and I decided we were going to try to catch some horses. My cousin who was running the game was just like, no, they're just horses. They're just Mustangs. Don't do it. And I'm saying, don't do it. They're wild. Leave them alone. They won't hurt us. We won't hurt them, and we won't catch them. Or tame them if we do.
That's fine. Oh, come on, machine. Do a thing. I've got sort of thing. I'm literally just trying to get you a picture so you can better visualize these things. Except it's not going to
Is
give
it
you.
like a bit like an Allosaurus?
Not quite so big. Here we go. I found a. There you go. That should be appearing in the VTT chat.
Raptors.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that was the
Right.
word I was trying to think of, but the only one
Yeah.
that came to mind was Allosaurus.
Yeah. So yeah, they're quite often used as beasts by riders. The Talenta planes quite often use it. The halflings, but they're about the size of a tall human. So yeah, sometimes use them as a traditional war mount, but these appear to be entirely untamed. There's no sign of any bridles, any sort of riding gear, any packs like that. They sort of there's one or two that are actively keeping an eye on you, while the rest are sort of gently sort of just milling around, really grazing.
Move on, people. People, we're just moving on.
Yeah, no, indifferent.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. Sorry,
Jakey's
Graska agrees with.
We fought the feathery birds. Let's leave the scaly birds alone.
Jake's just going to whisper, "They're so cute."
Yeah,
Never change.
I've put them in the on the screen.
Maybe if we get enough money together, we can buy one later, Jake.
I can't see where you put your picture.
If you look in the Roll20 in the chat.
Oh, okay. I was looking in Discord. My apologies.
Yeah, no.
I thought I heard Discord go off as well when Tim said he'd shared it.
Oh, I just shared one, but mine was just from Google.
Discord goes off on its own.
Jake looks at the rest of the group and goes, "If I'm really good and I don't do something stupid, would it be okay if I bought one later?"
You do,
If you
you do you. Yeah.
If you can afford it, sure.
Jake claps and sort of gets out of the notebook and goes, "Get cute bird lizard thing."
Fair enough. As I said, it's about the time you're starting to kind of look for somewhere to settle for the night. So I'm going to ask for again, probably Jeek again, because you're leading on this bit, to make a survival roll. This time just a plain one. But tell me the sorts of things you're looking for a campsite.
At this point, Jake is trying to find his feet.
Okay, straight survival roll then, and we'll.
Yeah.
Oh dear, yeah, 9. Right, okay. So in the past, Jeek has managed to find you spaces in the lee of ancient monuments forgotten to individuals forgotten over the years. He's managed to find you little dips just off the beaten track. This time not really sort of managed to find anything particularly exciting. It's literally just a hang on, let me just find what I have found here. Is it gone?
Jake is literally looking for a flat bit of
Bit of land.
land that he can sleep on.
Okay,
I
fair
think we
enough.
need to set guards if it's not as protected as we're used to.
Okay. Okay. What managed to find in the dusk then is literally you're on a track, you're on a trail. It's through a lightly wooded area. At some point, 'cause you didn't wasn't a fail, but at some point someone has obviously camped here before because there's sort of scuffed over remains of a fire pit, and there's a couple of logs that have been roughly shaped with logs. To sort of give you some places to
A couple
sit.
of logs that have been roughly shaped with logs.
But roughly shaped. You know what? I'm too tired to actually repass the sentence. You know what I mean?
I'm teasing you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And you are able to settle with no great problems at all. Any thoughts of how you want to handle watches, looking out? I suppose by the time you get here, it's about the time the sun's going down, so it's about it's early in the year, so say it's about 6:30 in the evening, and sort of the sun's starting to sort of descend over the trees.
Grazka's going to set up a small campfire.
Yeah.
And I'll offer to take first watch as I'm not a nighttime person.
Suggestion to be watching pairs.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do watch with Ariana so we can do some
Music and
practice. Yeah.
Okay, let's just quickly put a.
Just so you know, Tim. I can't see the map.
only
Oh.
black. I can only see
Yeah.
black at my name.
That's right. Yeah.
How bizarre. What's going on?
It's really dark.
Really dark.
Night has fallen. Bud.
Let's try that road. Right. There you go. Let's move the fire there. Place yourselves around that. As you can see, there's sort of a just an expansion of the dirt, really, where the grass has been worn away. You can see a couple of benches made from logs. That's the phrase I was looking for. One there, one there. In sort of the same way, if you've been to any parkland like Virginia Water or anywhere that's sort of managed by national English heritage, or not English heritage, but sort of basically sort of been properly sort of looked after. A fallen log at some point it's been crudely hacked into a bench. That is there. And you are able to arrange yourselves as you want with that. He says, closing a few tabs just to make things run a little easier.
Closing tabs. That's a rookie technique.
Jake is going to offer up some of the
Head bird.
some of the meat that he took off the bird's head.
Okay.
Suddenly, I'm not hungry.
Jake's also
Grazka's going
gonna-
to put it on sticks.
Jake's going to suggest that he do the morning watch because he doesn't have dark vision.
I'll take that one with you.
And he's gonna eat, fall asleep, like cuddled up with the skull.
How sweet.
Okay. Fair enough.
Grazka is terrified.
Frank, where are you at the moment? Because I can never keep track of who's who on the tokens.
I'm here. I'm just looking for where you are. Oh, you're next to one eye.
There you go.
I'm going to move down to you. Stay still.
The comedy of errors
We're
continues.
playing tag.
Which point of you get hold of me and just go, sit.
Stay. Carol.
The snakes look at me and I'm like, don't you start. Don't you start.
The snakes are just going.
Oh, bless. That kind of first. How roughly long are you doing your? Are you taking watches for?
Oh.
Well, are we doing what? Say 8 hours or 6 hours?
Well, no.
Well, we're in
Well,
three groups, aren't we? So 6 till 6, so probably 4-hour stints.
Yeah, 4 hours, and then we'll go to bed, and then the next two. So who's going to be the next two? Given
Okay, just that first stint then. For some of that period, people are still going to be awake, around, and then sort of they'll be sort of, unless otherwise said, I'm assuming that people are trying to get some general rest and sleep, or at least sort of cleaning things, meditating, whatever combination of things they're doing. So maybe sort of 8, 10, 6, probably sort of by the time you're coming to the end of your first watch, a number of people are just starting to drift off or starting to fade away. Could you both make a perception check for me, please?
Will that be with advantage?
Nope.
No, okay.
Nice. Okay, that's fine. Nothing particularly approaches beyond
well,
your
I roll
sorts.
a 23, and it's like, well, there's nothing to say.
Will you let me finish my sentence?
Yes, sir.
Generally, not a lot is going on. You have sort of usual sort of rustling in the undergrowth with sort of small animals and birds, but towards the tail end of your shift, as people are starting to settle, and you're starting to sort of feel the sort of starting to feel the journey of the day sort of in the aches of your limbs, Ariana, you do hear in the distance first one roar, and then shortly after what sounds like an answering roar, just somewhere off in the woods. You reckon maybe a few miles away. Nothing closer, but it sounds like two large things hunting.
And yep.
So, who are you then handing over to, and what are you telling them that you've spotted, if anything?
Who has decided to take the second watch? Because we've heard who takes the last watch. And
is it quite dark at this point?
It is by now. Yeah.
That's just putting Grazka in one eye, I think.
Grazka's gonna wake up bleary eyed, and she just like, hey, I watch.
And
okay.
Ariana says and wakes one eye and nudges Gorink because she's heard it and Gorink hasn't. I'm like, it could be nothing, but there are some loud roars, and we already know there are dinosaurs in this area. I'm reluctant to wake everyone else up, but they're hunting, and we need to be aware that we could be on the menu if we're not careful. So please wake us all if it gets any louder. And she's like, it sounded like because it's quite a long way away. So I'm reluctant to kill off our rest, but if it gets closer, you need to wake us all at once.
I'm kind of looking slightly terrified, going, I don't want to be food. I spent most of yesterday telling birds we weren't food. I don't want to be food.
One eye's like kind of rubbing his eyes from being woken. I was like, yep, dinosaurs. We eat the food. Yep.
We can move on if the four of us are agreed and wake everyone else up, but it was a long way off.
Okay.
I
I
think
trust you, Ariana. And then I kind of grip onto her quite tightly, going,
Can I use anything else that I've got? Let me have a look what I've got to try to confirm how far away these guys are rather than just plain perception.
No, but it's not whatever it is, whatever it or they are, isn't near enough that it's that you can hear anything like footsteps or see sort of tree branches moving or things like that. It's literally miles away. It's the in the stillness of the night air.
It's just being aware it's there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm literally like, I don't think it's a worry yet, but keep your ears open, and if it gets any closer, we'll need to move on in a hurry.
Okay.
And we go to bed and get no sleep.
Graska's sat on a rock, but she's like, I'm watching. And she looks like the most focused you've ever seen. And she's like,
One eye's just gonna put just kind of.
Ariana. Always watching.
always watching.
Wow.
But let's keep fairly quiet so we don't become noticeable to them. Hopefully their hearing is worse than ours.
Jake Fox in his sleep.
Okay, no problem. In that case, One Eye and Graska, if I can have first some perception checks for me.
Nat 20.
God,
Nice.
And 20.
Yeah, both.
And 19.
Yeah. Okay. So it's maybe about half an hour later. You both spot fairly, pretty much at the same time, a lone figure traveling through the night along the pathway from the south. You've both got 60 foot, haven't you? So you see them coming quite a way before them because they've got a lantern. So you see the light before they got any idea that you guys are necessarily there. And it's a middle-aged woman. She's in sturdy, practical travel clothes, backpack, staff that she's using to walk. She's got a blade at her side. Travel stained with dust, everything else like that, and sort of you get maybe sort of a little while to sort of spot her approaching before she kind of rounds enough of a corner to start to see your campfire, and she sort of slows to a more cautious approach. She sort of comes into view. There's definitely that. You can see that a definite calculation of, am I going to risk it, sort of thing. But given that nothing's happened yet, she's sort of still approaching. It's yeah. Nothing.
Graska's gonna get up, walk up to her, and go, hi, I'm Graska.
One Eye's also going to approach, but he's gonna like try to pull Graska back just in case, because he's a bit suspicious. Because why is a lone woman on her own at this time of night?
Okay, sort of says, "Oh, yeah, hi. I wasn't expecting to run into anyone this far away. Hi, I'm Tethil. I was heading to, I still am heading to Red Rock. Get some supplies. You guys come from that way? Everything okay? What's the road like ahead?
Graska know there is dinosaur clawfeet.
Okay. Right. Okay, they're usually okay if not.
And yeah. Why? What the big birds?
I mean, we get Axe Peaks occasionally, but they're usually further south.
That's the ones.
That's what we're
That's the
talking
ones.
about.
That's the ones.
Okay, right.
Grazka. Sorry, common, not Grazka language.
Okay.
The
Have a quick look at her. She switches to Goblin. Is this any easier?
do I notice that she's speaking, because I don't speak Goblin, but
Well, in that case, you don't understand what she said, but One Eye does.
One Eye just goes, for me it is.
Grazka's just got that very blank look on her face. She's good.
I thought I'd try. I've picked up a few things here and there. Back to common it is then. Okay.
So what are you doing out on your own without a party, an escort, or even a carriage?
Well, generally I find if I move carefully and sort of run away from anything that's outnumbers me too much, then I'm okay. You know, I've lived in the area for years. I'm a travelling preacher. I know when to stand my ground against a hunting beast and when to very discreetly get out of the way. But I said I've been visiting family further south, and they asked me, while I was heading this way, to sort of go to Red Rock and get some more spices for the larder. And said that's not a problem. It'd probably take me a few weeks before I'm back this way, but. So I just thought it'd be cooler to be travelled by night at the moment.
The direction that she came from, is that the same direction Ariana told us that the noise was coming from?
Now that's funny. They didn't. No. The noise is. I'm going to give Ariana the benefit of the doubt because I didn't actually say, but was more from an easterly direction.
Okay.
Grazka's sort of walking around her, and every now and again, and she's just like checking her, like she's like lifts up a part of a cloak or coat, whatever she's wearing, and she's like. She sort of twitches the cloak away. I mean, sort of she's put the bag, her rucksack down for a minute, and this and the other. She's not carrying it. I mean, if you don't mind, my sort of just resting with you for an hour or two before carrying on my way. That would be lovely, but if you'd rather not have company, I'll quite happily move on. Grazka like new friends.
I'll be keeping watch, so don't try anything.
No, of course. I've been travelling for a few hours. I just want to rest my feet, but take my boots off and let them breathe a bit.
Grazka won't try anything.
Well, if you won't try anything, then you're welcome to stay.
Lovely. Okay, fair enough. And she sort of hoists the bag up carefully, and at this point, sort of just over one shoulder rather than sort of doing the whole resting it into it, because you're only 50 foot away from the fire, give or take. And approaches with you, lets you lead the way.
As we escort her to where everyone else is, one is going to lean to Grazka and go, personal space. Remember that. Don't try to look anywhere that's personal.
Look places personal. Okay.
No, Grazka, don't respect personal space.
Yeah, I respect personal space. I get close. I go, hello, my Grazka.
Nope. You're gonna get it.
She chuckles a little overhearing it, but forbears to comment.
Grazka, you're going to get us arrested one day.
Not again.
It's fine. Look, what is yours, and what is mine. I said I'm travelling this way anyway, having left family. And I'll be back in probably this way back in a few weeks. So, if we happen to cross our paths again, we can share stories of what we've seen along the way. But I mean, in terms of what's back that way, there's a couple of farmsteads over the next day or so, a few more lightly wooded areas, and then you've got a bit more kind of plains land before it starts to rise into the foothills of the mountains. Nothing particularly exciting. A couple of old battlegrounds.
Grazka say
ruins.
When you get Red Rock, don't take train. It's dangerous.
Okay, right, fair enough. I know they're building one, but I didn't know how far they got with it. Tell me, is the grave digger still? And I've forgotten what name he is because I know we've mentioned it and I've forgotten it. So we'll call him Colin. Is Colin still? Is Colin still in charge of the graveyard?
He is, but he my boss, and she looks really proud.
Ah, fascinating. Is he? She kind of looks at you, sort of thing. He and I always have long conversations about the keeper and sort of talk about how people have passed in the past night. Is that are those conversations he's had with you as well? And is that sort of a
No, yet. We talk, and Graska's still learning common, so sometimes I just nod.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell him if you like, I'll tell him I've met you while I'm out here, and that when I met you that you were hale and hearty and all was well.
I am Graska, and I'm Graska, and my surname is Diggs because Graska digs.
Fascinating. I can see the sense of that. You know what? I think people should pick more names like that. It makes life a lot easier when you meet so many people. What do they do?
She just looks really proud.
Does anyone else wake up during all this?
Let me have a look at your relative passive perceptions. Ariana and Goink, you're probably, it's only about sort of, I said half an hour or so. So you're probably just on that sort of drifting slightly as you sort of hear the conversations as they come back into the camp. So yeah, you can be. Akenferus is fast asleep. Goink, and probably vaguely aware there's noise, but not necessarily what's there. Glasgow's awake. Cheek is fast asleep.
Jake is fast asleep, snoring and farting.
That too, yeah.
Glad you
Not necessarily in that order.
Ariana kind of, because probably her snakes as well were kind of going. Oh, I really should not do that.
That idol.
I should not do that on camera. Is all I'm saying.
What did they do?
I'm sure someone will clip it at some point.
Sorry, everyone. Anyone who's watching, I apologize profusely. But she kind of opens one eye that's actually on her face.
Why is one eye on her face?
I was going to say.
One eye's walking like, there you are, instant clip. There you go.
There we go.
Yes, so the first thing she said is, "One eye, get off my fucking face."
It's not a saddle, yeah.
I'm not that kind of girl. And then she's like, because I'm going to go with, she's been sort of half asleep, but then started hearing Tefil kind of almost interrogating Grazka, and sort of opens up her eyes and turns her head. And she probably doesn't have her glasses on at this point, right? Because she's taken them off, but she's not grey gate.
Yeah.
But just sort of looks up and is like, Grazka, care to introduce your new friend who has many, many questions?
This is One Eye.
No, your new friend.
Oh, you mean Tefil?
Many questions that are never going to get answered.
Tefil, preacher, family, and she's been past farms, and she's going to Red Rock.
Well,
sorry, I'm just putting Akenferus's new icon. I've just realised I hadn't put it on. So
Tim.
Hello.
Dreadfire, no.
I haven't even done my new one either.
No, you're right, I haven't.
Yeah.
Hello, Tefil, and she rubs her eyes, and the snakes are doing their little sniffing. I guess welcome, given that Grazka's given you the red carpet, and she's really bleary eyed and is blinking quite a lot because she's tired, and also she's figures might be. you are, of course, welcome to rest here. I'm curious to what connection you have to the graveyard, because you do seem to be asking poor Graska, who doesn't speak common especially well, an awful lot of questions.
Oh, I know his boss. When I passed through, I'm heading towards Red Rock. He mentioned that. So she mentioned that that's where she's from, and I asked if she knew Colin, because he's a guy I regularly drop in on my ways through, and she said that Colin's her boss. So I was asking after. Sorry, you are?
And I open my eyes properly, but no gray gaze, just, as if just after sleep. Ariana, and I have many eyes.
Give me a minute. I'm just looking to see if I've got a. So I've got distracted by seeing if I've got. I haven't actually made a made a token. So I will put a stand-in token of.
What is Teflon? Is she
Human?
Human, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ariana is I guess being just suspicious because of shit that has happened, and when she sort of heard all these questions, she just has a few of her own, and I'm like, and
Yeah.
what do you keep in your pack? Would you, Graska and One Eye are keeping an eye. Our companions whom you've already met are keeping an eye on things, whilst others of us rest. Is there anything that you'd like to share?
Well, if you're hungry and asking for food, I could share some. But you seem to be okay. Clothing, supplies. I mean, what have you got in your pack? Bit of an odd question to ask someone who's traveling.
I'm not. Yes, but I'm not the one. I apologize.
All I said, look, if you guys don't want me, it's seriously not a problem. I'll move on. I just asked if it'd be okay if we just share the fire for an hour and then I'll carry on my way.
I'm just cautious, the same as you must be, traveling on your own through the night.
Yeah. I'm traveling by night because it's cooler. A lot of sort of the bigger beasts tend to be sort of tend to sort of avoid light and avoid things, so it's a bit easier to travel for my liking. But if you're not comfortable, it's absolutely not a problem. I'll move on. It's just literally I was just hoping I could sort of take the boots off, shake the dust out, have a sit down, and then make my way. But
absolutely, I'm going to go back to sleep, enjoy the fire. And she turns over and says, hail and well met.
Okay, yeah.
Turns over, but she kind of thinks to her snakes.
Mm-hmm.
So the snakes are still kind of sniffing the air,
Yeah.
Don't do that on camera, Kate. And she sort of, I don't know, gives One Eye the side eye, as it were. Well, I mean, given One Eye's just been on her face, this side eye, and is kind of, she's not psychic or anything, but she's thinking and hoping that everyone else. She's just being naturally suspicious, right? Because of the shit people we've met. She's not actually like, get the hell out of my face. Well, get the hell out of here.
Okay.
And Graska is very much the opposite.
Yes. Yeah. That's part of why Ariana is being so cautious, because Graska is like an undemanding puppy. and
there you are.
Goring, who is half awake and just doesn't quite nudge her, but just kind of puts her hand on and is sort of like.
And I kind of go, Snuggle.
Right, first I got One Eye on my face, and then I got Goring snuggling me. Christ, it's hard.
Well, it is a very queer adventure.
Indeed.
Tethel, Tethel, sort of, it's starting to calm a little bit, but yeah, it's that natural edginess on both sides of,
Exactly that.
she's
That's
probably the she's like the first person you've encountered on this set of travels who hasn't tried to attack you or kill you or blow things up in your in your vicinity.
or rob from us, or
Yeah, so it's that's quite natural. But she seems personal enough, and I think there's probably that aspect over the next hour. Literally at her word, it's about an hour or so, and she's sort of just sat quiet and is quite happy to talk. Just general sort of.
that's good because Graska's there.
Yeah, I mean, are there any questions or anything you'd like to sort of ask? He's given you a little idea about, very very general terms about sort of about the road ahead. But if you've got someone who's relatively local and want to pump for information, then that is an
opportunity. So to do. Come on, Graska, you're talkative. Pump her, pump.
And another clip there.
Who knew I'd be the? No, never mind.
You're so clippable, Kate. Graska's busy sort of cooking meat over the fire.
Okay, yeah.
And
when I
she I mean, Tethel sort of unwraps sort of some greaseproof paper, and there's sort of there's some sort of strips of I think it's probably goat, and she's got some little pots of spices there. If you take this as a contribution to the cooking fire, more than happy to share some of my rations. And
Graska takes like a little spoon of it or something and puts it in with the just puts it along the meat, and she's just very like appreciative and sort of just very happy that someone else is here.
Yeah, she's
what I want to try.
As I said, she
He's gonna look at it.
It's
very,
it's sort of like a kebab, I suspect, from the way you've been describing it.
Yeah.
Okay. A kofta.
Yeah.
He's gonna try it.
It's
try new things.
Yeah.
Probably
nice.
Probably quite gamey, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check if it's fully cooked? Check the meat's
Yeah. Do a nature check.
Look, he's had enough of Graska's concoctions. He does not want to take any.
Actually, survival's probably no. Nature will do.
Oh, nature.
Yeah.
You sure? Before I make the roll.
No, nature. Go for it.
Taste that chicken.
Well, I definitely think it's cooked.
Yeah. It seems to be nicely seared along some of the edges, and that nice wood smoky day. Pink in the middle should be. As far as you know, that's fine. Yeah.
Wait, did you say pink in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Goat should be fine. Was it goat or was it bits of bird? It was
bits
goat,
of
wasn't it?
bird.
Yeah, bits of bird and some goat.
Oh,
and it's pink in the middle.
Pheasant.
Taste that chicken.
Can I? When I's gonna see the pink, he's gonna decide no.
Graska not get
not
sick.
with pink in the middle. He's gonna. Oh,
maybe put it back in for a little bit longer, sort of thing.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of put what's Graska. I just have to put that back for a little bit. I'm stuffed. I'm sorry. I'll try some later before I go to bed.
She looks a little bit hurt, but she understands.
Yeah, no, quite happy to.
And she just offers it to Teffel as well.
Yeah. And to just sort of takes it gracefully. She probably sort of puts it near the fire a little on the plate. Sort of just carries on conversation, and then sort of maybe a little bit later, sort of the ambient heat has sort of it through a bit more, and there's that sort of gives it gives it a risk, sort of nibbles on some of the edges of it, and sort of and especially the vegetables absolutely fine, and seems seems fine.
Yep. I think at some point Grazka's going to ask about if she knows how far it is to the mountains that we're heading towards, or if she's been there.
No, I haven't been to the mountains themselves. I've sort of come sort of from further east, and then sort of been just kind of following the route on round. It's what I do know is that once so you got about another day, you got another about day and a half before you're really into the foothills. And if there's any particular valleys you're looking for, that's sort of when you'll need to be looking. I think there's one valley nearby which you should be able to follow. If you'll see a river. If you follow that up, that'll sort of be a good marker to take you towards it. But it's quite a sheltered. So the nearest valley is quite sheltered. It gets a lot of rainfall, so really thick plant growth. As long as you got your machetes or things to sort of cut paths, if that's where you're going, then fine. There are lots of big bats that you'll see in there. Not so much out this way, but nearer the mountains. And I think someone was saying that there's a tribe of kobolds that keeps them. So, but apparently they use those more for transport. So you won't find as many trails in the valley because the tribes there fly rather than make their way through.
Grazka looks at her and goes, Did you say day and a half?
From here, yeah.
Oh, but Grazka's feet already hurt.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Grazka's only got little legs.
Well, maybe the big tall orc over there will carry you. Looks tall. I don't know how strong, but yeah, looks big and tall. Probably, I'll give you a hand there. If he gives you a piggyback and you just sort of keep feeding him food, I'm sure it'll be fine.
But Grazka not pig. Oh, you mean pick
true.
up that? Yeah. Grazka understand.
Yeah.
One eye.
Pick up on the back.
One eye. Maybe Jeek carry you.
Yeah, I can see that.
We be like living backpack.
At this point, Jeek starts doing this in his sleep, going, No, I do not want to be bird food. Go away.
Fair enough. True to her word, after about an hour or so, shared food, water, she sort of emptied her boots out and done that whole dunk 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 against the rock sort of thing to sort of get the last detritus and pebbles out. Pulls it back on and sort of says, "Right, well, I'm going to carry on my way. Sometimes, sort of like when I met people, they'll try and talk to me at great length about whatever gods they worship. So, thank you very much for not doing so."
Grazka cannot remember what god she worshipped because Grazka cannot remember much.
That's fair enough.
I can't say I really worship any of them. I respect them, don't get me wrong, but
I shall be on my way. I shall remember you to Colin. And are there any messages or anything you want me to deliver back to Red Rock while I'm heading that way?
Just tell Colin, good job, he's not caterpillar.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay, I shall do that. And
Ariana mumbles in her sleep before he goes, says, "Which god do you worship?"
gather stuff up.
No, she literally says, "Which god do you worship?" Half awake because the snakes have been keeping an eye out.
I suppose if there's anyone, if there's anyone I offer a word to, it's the keeper every now and then. But it's usually sort of to ward off the worst of these things and make certain that things progress as they do. But I wouldn't say I was a fanatic in any way, shape, or form about these things. It just gives me some small comfort in the small of the night to have someone to rail against.
Which god did she say?
The keeper.
The keeper.
The keeper. Who's the keeper?
It's one that Grazka knows anyway.
Oh, okay. No, I'm asking as Kate, not as.
I'm actually going to ask you to make a religion check. By this point, she's packed up a bag and is sort of started to move off.
Grazka says she knows, but I'll do the religion check regardless.
Yeah. Moving on her way. So, the keeper is. Let me just.
I got.
Oh, 20.
There you go.
Nice. Okay. Let me just.
I'm just going to be right back because I need to move the fan. It has decided to wobble itself away.
Of course.
I don't even have a fan. I'm dying.
How unhelpful. Right. Temples. It's the usual thing. I go to look for something and I cannot find it. So bear with me. I will search in a slightly different way. Eberron. Keeper.
Greed and gluttony. The keeper represents greed and gluttony. The inverse of his brother Kol Koran's focus on material wealth and generosity. He is seen as the hunger in the dark.
Yeah, that's fair.
He is the patron of death cults all over Eberron, become the unofficial god of the religious necromancer.
Yeah. That's certainly what you've always been taught. Of course, out here in the wilds, there are other interpretations, but certainly a god of, it's keeping what you have earned, for greed of the final path and rest from the pain of life. So out this neck of the woods, in Droam, out in the Daemonwastes, the keeper is popular isn't necessarily the right word, but is a part of general life and death, and that suddenly puts together a whole bunch of little bits and pieces about how Grazka, as a gravedigger, and Colin, the gravedigger, being adherents of the Keeper, the god of the dead, suddenly makes a bit more sense. Or it's suddenly put into perspective things you hadn't quite twigged about them. But she, as I said, Tessa sort of gathers her pack, moves off into the night, and wends her way north.
This is less of me not trusting her. It's me not trusting you.
I'm shocked.
I know.
Yeah. So Nabat Lear, Kate got a good roll on her religion. Looked up the Keeper, the grand description of the dark god of greed and death,
greed and gluttony, and
I then put it into the context of, yes, but you're a gravedigger, and so is your boss, and so you actually have that constructive side of a deity of death, and that final end to things, and peaceful transition. But also, if you have been successful in life and you have or successful adventuring and sort of have started gathering treasures, then that too is a way of honouring the keeper, because you've killed something and taken its stuff. So it's a little bit more nuanced out here on the frontiers. Being pinged by someone.
Grazka just knows it as being the person that you talk to when you die.
That's fair. Okay. The rest of your shift goes fine. Waking up the final couple for that last shift into the early hours of the morning. So can Ferris and Jeek do a perception check for me?
Oh, I'll try.
There is no try.
For fuck's sake.
There is no try, there is only ghoul.
Oh, motherfuck.
Okay.
Nothing.
You are
We're dead.
you are both so tired from all of this, and the cool of the evening and the heat of the fire and the smell of the food is such that you're too tired really to pay much attention to anything. And it's entirely possible that during that time that maybe one or the other of you has sort of done that sort of nod, and jerk awake a few times. And so if there is anything interesting out there, it hasn't come to say hello. You've not sort of had anything nasty. You've not done that jerk awake to find sort of something picking through your packs or something eating Grazka or anything like that. I think the one thing
Grazka just being dragged off by a random pack animal. It's just like, no, Grazka's asleep now.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, I suppose the one thing you do notice is that there are footprints in the dust from the south, and that looks to have joined the camp for a while and then moved on. But seeing as no one woke you for it, that's that sort of, again, that bleary-eyed sort of, if it's important, they'd have told me about it, and sort of back off asleep again. And so you, along with everyone else, awakes with the dawn, and probably woken by probably Grazka as a relatively early riser, or perhaps probably Goink actually sort of starting morning ablutions and or sort of singing a cheerful little ditty to themselves under their breath, sort of some little brainworm that's occurred to them in the night. Yeah, so there you are. You're all woken to the sound of Goink sort of
Just let you go.
Under their breath, sort of.
Ooh.
The hills are alive with the sound of murder.
So you're fine, no problem with that. You've slept well, you've rested well, and unless there's anything you particularly want to sort of do in preparation for the day, in terms of any spell castings or things like that, within fairly short order, you get yourselves up, you do morning ablutions, you check nothing's crawled into any boots. Ariana, you find that there's a, having taken your boots off to sleep, presumably along with everyone else, you find a scorpion in your boot. I mean, it's...
She hands it up to one of her snakes,
Yeah.
Have we had a long rest?
You have had a long rest, yes. In fact, actually, there must be a nest nearby, because most of you find a scorpion either in a boot or under a pack or near you when you wake up, so there's probably something nearby, but nothing that's actually sort of attacked you or is big enough to, or seems to big enough to have caused any real any harm. And then those of you who know your nature go, well, actually, the small ones are more dangerous. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay.
Maddie,
But we're moving on anyway, so let's leave the
Yeah.
scorpions to
Maddie,
themselves.
that's the computer, not a bed. Okay.
But it's warm. That's
Good,
the problem.
Good.
Carry on
The
your way.
animal that's grateful for the heat.
Yeah.
Because we all need some more heat.
The journey described pretty much as Seth had described, sort of these pathways. The kind of for the first hour or so is sort of still through this light woods, sort of just skirting the edge of it, and along the way, you sort of see signs of other campfire, other old campfire sites and things like that. Can I have a perception check from Grazka as you're walking past one of these campsites?
Perception, yeah.
Yes, please.
18.
Okay. Most other people don't notice because they've all been. It looks long gone, but your passive perception is so high. There's the stuff about this this most recent campsite that looks wrong, and it's that sort of, you then sort of do that closer look, and the campfire isn't as long abandoned as it would appear. Sort of the embers are still there, and then you can sort of see behind bushes sort of several sort of mounds that looks like sort of piles of branches have been sort of laid over and across several things. Looks like something's been concealed here.
Grazka's going to point out that what she sees and just be like, we have a look.
Yeah, can do. Let's have a. I got a good abandoned area I can use.
Maddie, lie down.
I'll reuse this area here. So let's move you back more to the. That's a little bit back more to the road. So sort of semi-equivalent to where you've kind of been resting. Put yourselves in whatever general order you would like to be. So the campfire and the sort of the mounds are sort of back here in the bushes and sort of in here that you spotted.
Grazka's gonna sort of, because she was the one that's seen it, sort of walk over, and she's got a stick and she just sort of pokes it a little bit.
Okay, there's something quite solid. It's not sort of, it's not like sort of pushing. It's sort of there's a bit of resistance.
She's poking. She goes, hello.
And that's when you spot fabric and what looks like a body under the bushes, and then you see a couple more and a couple more. And there's about four dead people hidden in the bushes, each of them with very faces contorted in a grimace from what you can see at this point.
What sort of people? I mean, kobolds or humans or...
Humans. Anyone else coming in closer to have a look and investigate?
Grazka just shouts, I found dead people!
Let's just say that a little louder, shall we, Grazka?
And I just go, humans, we've all found humans. Humans, we all found humans.
He heads back.
Jeek's gonna come over. I kind of look down and go, where did these come from?
Oh, Grazka didn't do it.
Everyone be on alert, people.
Mm-hmm.
Have a you investigating the bodies in any way, checking them?
Literally, all Graska's
You
done
can't
so
you can't
far
see
is...
any. There's no stab wounds or anything. There's no immediate cause of death beyond sort of these expressions on their faces.
Does anyone have detect magic or detect evil or anything like that?
No.
Or medicine, or nature, or survival. Any of these sorts of things you'd like to sort of try using to investigate.
Graska, with, I don't know, maybe because she's seen so many dead bodies, wants to sort
I
of...
have.
Go on,
I
Joe.
was going to say a healing word, but that's not going to help. So don't worry.
No.
No.
I think they're dead.
Yeah.
I'll have a go with. Sorry, go on when I.
I was gonna say, can I look on the ground, see if there's like any tracks or any kind, to see if there's like a clue of what could have.
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check for me, please.
That rolled over 1. I got so concerned. That's a 21.
Okay. So other than your own tracks that you're making, you sort of are able to sort of work out that, as I said, you've got these four people, 2 adults, two younger. So it looks like it's a family unit. Yeah, they're all adult, but all travelling. They arrive from the south, and you can see 5 sets of footprints coming from the south, and then one that heads north, back, the way that you've just come. There's no sign of a struggle. There's no broken strips of cloth or splashes of blood, but the sort of the camp, their sort of sleeping bags and gear, as you're looking closer and investigating, looks to have been pushed even further back into the bushes.
You said the footprints came from there's one set of footprints from the north, yeah?
No, so 5 footprints from the south, and then 1 went north.
Oh, 1 went north.
Yeah.
Do those footprints look anything like the priestess of death and greed and gluttony? Or could have come from our...
I was going to ask, like, what direction she came, like, we saw her from.
Well, you saw her coming from the south. Don't forget, you've been travelling on for about for an hour or so. So your campsite is an hour's north from here.
Do the footprints look like they could have come from a human priestess?
I mean, it's hard to tell, but it's a human or humanoid.
Can I have a medicine roll and see if I can see what killed them?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna bet I roll really badly, but let's see if I'm right. Yeah, I rolled really badly, so I can't tell a thing.
No. Okay. No. Well I mean, all you can tell is that they haven't been stabbed. No one's been strangled. There's no signs of violence.
No sign of violence.
They died horribly, but without being bludgeoned or stabbed or anything. Could Arcana do anything?
I mean, off the top of your head, you know of spells that can do poisonings and things like that. But if you want to make a check, yeah, make an Arcana check, and we'll see if you can spot any residue. There's no kind of ectoplasm, no signs or sigils of things or summonings or strange alchemical preparations or things like that. So if it was a spell, it was something you've not encountered before, and whatever it was, if it was a spell, it was something so subtle that it's not caused any collateral damage in the process. Anyone else?
Jeek is going to say a prayer to the sovereign host for them.
Graska's going to try and Can I just have a? Can I just sort of have a look over them to see if there's anything that she might notice as a great grave diggers won't really know a lot, but can I do a medicine check
make a
to see
religion.
if
You can do, do a medicine check. Let's go with that because of you. Okay.
13 and then
Plus your +5 is 18. Okay. Possibly because of you've encountered a few things like this in the past where people have had unfortunate accidents in the wild or turned over logs that they shouldn't have done or been curious about things that in retrospect probably weren't healthy to look at. It kind of spurs a thought of, oh, hang on, I've seen that expression before, and you start looking into sort of creases of clothing and sort of in the neck, and you find on each of them several scorpion sting locations.
Okay.
Oh God, we had
Each of these people were killed by the stings by the venom of scorpions. It looks and it looks like natural scorpions, nothing big and outrageous and monsters. But
I'm just gonna pass that on and just be like, Grazka, think we be careful of scorpions.
I think we got lucky given how many we found when we woke up.
Kind of look at Graska and go, but why were they hidden under the bushes?
Yeah, who moved them into the bushes?
Maybe the scorpions didn't want to get caught.
And move their equipment as well?
Clever scorpions?
Something doesn't feel right.
Maybe we should just move on.
Graska's be like, yeah, clever scorpions. They're not right. Maybe. Graska
And we all found
Graska think secret race of scorpions that control the world.
Let's file that as one of our theories.
Right. Till we somehow find a way to get message back that we found these bodies, and we continue on what we need to do, and then maybe deal with this later.
Graska mark on map. She puts a little mark on the map where it is, or where she thinks it is. It's.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say that when we bed down for nights, we check. I mean, we all found scorpions in our clothes and boots last night when we got up, and we met this priestess of greed and gluttony and death. The two may be entirely unconnected, but let's check really carefully for scorpions, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
You think she was scorpion?
Yes, Greska. That's what I think.
Knew it. Didn't trust her. At this point, Graska's going through each, like, the clothes, trying to see if they've got anything good.
I mean, there's some serviceable boots, but obviously you don't wear them.
Graska not wear boots. Anybody want boots?
No.
She's just holding them up.
Belts
I kind of look slightly horrified that as a grave digger she is stealing from the dead.
Graska always
And
do
speaking
this.
of grave diggers, should we bury these? They don't look like they've deserved what happened to them.
I mean, Graska could dig. It's in their name.
Yeah.
You want us to bury them?
You tell me what you're doing.
What's the ground like?
It ground.
I mean, you're in a well, it's the top layer's not so much because obviously the rain was last night and you've had more sort of more kind of drizzle through the day, but you are also in the forest, so roots and things like that. So it'll take a few hours to
Maybe just put
to
some
dig.
stones and brush over them just to.
You mean like they did?
Yeah, fair point.
Don't
Yeah, I mean, you could get some more stones and build a cairn and things like that. I mean, it's there's materials around if you want to.
Nature take them back soon.
It's just kind of due to this was a family, and I just want to do a prayer to the silver flame, and if nothing else, just cover them with some rocks. I get that it would take too long to bury them properly, but I think speaking for myself, I've caused way more destruction than I ever have in my first 20 years of life. I'd at least like to show them, to spend 1 hour showing them some respect. Does anyone object?
No.
So we gather some rocks and and put a little cairn up, and maybe me and Gorink say a couple of or sing a little "So Sorry You're Dead" songs. It sucks you're dead. It sucks you're dead.
No problem. The where is my...
In Canaan's land, we're on our way. Where the soul
you're able to you're able to do that. You're able to sort of shift on and have no sort of great discoveries of anything else unpleasant or unkind. What you, I suppose, you do notice is that for all that there were the scorpion stings, you don't actually find any scorpions here.
Yeah.
There's no there's no nests. There's no sign of anything else. But the scorpions seem to have.
We found nests around us, right?
No, you found individual scorpions, but you didn't find. But you didn't. I mean, you didn't go looking. To be fair.
Yeah. Oh, I'm okay. I shall stay silent, but I'm trusting to feel less and less. But anyway, moving swiftly on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
I mean, these whole scorpion things. Yeah, I'm not overjoyed. Let's have a look. And we don't see any scorpions now, right?
No.
Can we check just before we go? Can we check? You said there were boots. Can we look in their boots?
Their boots do not have scorpions in. No, or not even a snake.
Okay. Apart from the ones in my head, on my head.
No, absolutely. Unless you're starting to wear them as a new type of hat.
No.
There are no snakes in anyone's boots.
Get out of
I mean, this is
all you hear is me go, boots, boots. Everyone needs boots, boots, boots. Everyone needs boots.
Or even if you got a ripcord, there's a snake in my boot. Anyway,
as a hat, everyone needs boots. As a hat.
And with that somewhat strange sort of accompaniment, you carry on down the road. It takes you until about lunchtime to have done that. So you've lost a portion of your travelling day, but not insurmountable amounts. And certainly, as the day carries on through, you don't encounter anyone else on the road. Nothing else sort of leaps off at you. Until I suppose you sort of find about mid late afternoon, just on the sort of on the horizon. Maybe sort of if you diverted, you reckon probably about another half hour or so just off the distance, you can sort of see a farmstead off to the west of the trail that you're currently following. You've left the woods behind now, so you're back out on kind of more of the kind of the plains. So it's you got much further in terms of your field of view, literally, pardon the pun. And in the distance, off to the southeast, you can catch the sparkle of water, what looks to be a river, that's sort of proceeding out from the mountains and the valley that was described to you. It's still a good day's travel also away from where you are, but it's a good indicator of where you're needing to be. What do you want to do?
Well, head towards it, presumably. But
What, the river, the farmstead, the...
Oh, fair.
How far would you say the farm is?
The farmstead is about an hour. Takes about an hour out of your way. To the west.
Might be worth checking out the farm to see if everyone died of scorpions there too.
Graz cannot think scorpion farm very, very profitable.
Decisions? Yes. No. Onwards.
Jeek, you're very good at leading to danger. Should we go towards the farm?
It could be helpful. Maybe there are people there who we could talk to.
But maybe they all died of scorpions.
Well, then we can't talk to them because they'll be dead.
I need to get out of this heat. I don't feel quite so good. I think we go towards the house.
Well, if we go towards the house and there are corpses, no one talks to the corpses because that's a waste of time. We go there. We could possibly have a wash.
But the river would do that too.
They might have food. But we ate that.
Food is good.
But we ate this morning. I ate this morning.
That's good.
Did you eat this morning?
Second Ferris, one eye. What do you think? House, river, or mountains?
House could give us shelter if we need it.
Yeah, and the more shelter we get, the less likely we might get.
We've lost your audio there. The less likely we might get what now?
Fucking Thank you. There we go. I was saying, with shelter, there'll be less likelihood of wildlife crawling into our stuff.
Apart from scorpions.
There's always that.
Keep a better eye on them. There's less likelihood of them going into a shelter than being in the outdoors.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go to the house then.
Okay, no problem. Well, it's reasonably, I said, it's reasonably sort of plain, clear terrain. I said, sort of apart from sort of having to push through sort of brambles and the odd bit of patch, but nothing that you haven't already been dealing with. You find a couple of animal trails. You sort of then find, sort of as you're getting closer to the farmstead, fencing that's sort of marking off some of the fields and crops that are presumably, actually no, not this time of year, but sort of the field itself is has evidently in the past sort of been used to raise crops. You sort of find old bits of wheat. Is a wheat and sort of so at some point later in the season. So definitely an active farm. You can see as you're getting closer, it's a single story wooden cabin. There is no smoke coming from the chimney. Curtains are drawn. There's a a doghouse, but it appears to be empty. And sort of just standing sort of at the, I suppose, at the end of the path, leading up towards the house, you don't see any signs of life.
I'm going to look around the doghouse to see if I find a dead dog, dead of scorpions or something else.
Okay, and you moving into the territory. No, it doesn't even smell like it's been used recently. The door, doors and windows all seem closed. The place seems in good repair. There's a hitching post nearby, and there's sort of the ground on a quick cursory look. Looks like a combination of hooves and claw marks, as in claw feet, in and around the yard and area. So it looks like it's been actively visited and used by people on various types of mounts. It could just be that whoever this place belongs to are out somewhere in the fields at the moment.
Or at Butland's.
Could be. Stranger things have happened. It is Eberron after all. There's
Graska's just gonna go. Ferris, do you want to knock?
Can't hurt.
We might be more friends.
okay.
More friends.
I'm keeping my eye out for scorpions.
Okay. Knock on the door. Okay.
Yep.
No response.
Can I seduce the door?
Oh God.
And Joe's gone.
She didn't want to seduce the door then.
I don't think she's feeling. I don't think she's feeling very well.
Yeah, with the heat. No, you cannot seduce the door. However,
Is there a window?
yeah.
Can I look to see if there's anyone inside?
Hey, I want to know what that however was.
Yeah.
I've lost track.
Sorry.
The window is fairly clean. There's lace curtains in it. Make a perception check for me, please.
And I can find perception. Ugh, that's a 12.
Okay. You peer through. You can make out there's a hearth glowing, sort of again coals, which is probably why there's no smoke. There's it's sort of just on that kind of dead ember, dead glowing embers, not dead embers but glowing embers. The furniture within looks to be in good order. Nothing looks to have been in any kind of disarray or knocked over or smashed. Certainly no signs of anything being particularly out of order. Just looks like it's been locked up.
But does it look like do I notice like any like sense of like abandonment, or does it look like someone's like recently been in there?
It looks like someone's been here recently, like they've gone out, they've stepped out.
He's going to relay that to the rest of them, because obviously we don't want to like break into this place and then like someone coming back in.
Can we smell anything from the window?
Not beyond the general kind of dust and the kind of the mud and the no, nothing unnatural. What you'd expect to. It's there's I mean, if you're really straining and looking around, there's definitely an outhouse around here somewhere nearby. But
what about just calling out, "Hello, anyone home? Hello, anyone home?"
Grass cannot think anybody here. Is the door
Hello?
is the door locked? That's the question.
Turn the handle, it opens.
Hello? From the open door.
In the middle of
You hear
nowhere.
you hear a click, 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 and then sort of what looks like just across the room, a roughly humanoid form. It's not a warforged. Looks to be bolted together from all sorts of bits and pieces of metal, and sort of has an approximation of a face in terms of eyes and a grill and things like that. Begin to leave itself out of an alcove where it's sort of been just out of thing, and it sort of steps round in a sort of a very precise way and sort of says, "Welcome home. Welcome to back to. Oh, I'm sorry, the owners of the building are not present. Would you like to come in and have some food and drink while you wait for them?"
Do you know where the owners?
It's a D&D Mr. Handy.
Do you know where they are? Do you know when they might be back?
I'm afraid I do not know that. I know that they are not here. When people are here, my role is to make certain that they are well looked after.
You went to Mr. Handy, I went to Crichton.
I went with suspicious.
Uh-huh.
And as it
While
always
you
happens,
wait, I shall put the stove on.
as it always happens, Graska's gonna walk up to him and go, "Hi, I'm Graska."
Hello, Graska. If you'd like to take a seat, I'm going to put kettle on and begin making a brew. Would you like some?
Yes.
He sort of says it sort of it's to the room. It's sort of not sort of any kind of fluidity of a living creature. You sort of hear sort of little hisses of steam and whirring of cogs and little sort of little chattering of something inside the mechanisms, and it sort of walks over. Sort of it kind of tends to walk in 90-degree and 45-degree turns as it's navigating its way around the building. Goes over to the stove, brings a kettle over to a sink, turns a tap, water begins to fill this kettle, and it presses another button, and sort of one of the where you would expect there to be a burner or or something similar on this, or a hot plate, as in a pot-belly stove. There are sort of like 4 heating stone locations, so you're going to guess that this is the stove it's talking about, and it puts the kettle onto one of those, and it's, you sort of notice that the kettle itself has got a small contraption over the spout, and heat begins to sort of to be sort of detectable underneath the kettle. Could you each make a perception check for me, please?
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
26.
Jesus Christ.
Perception. Oh, God, that's a 7.
Okay, so Ariana, One Eye, I think your attention is just drawn so much by this strange apparition, this automaton that is happily sort of, well, I use the word happily, it's sort of the voice seems cheerful but is without sort of much in the way of reactivity to it, but the rest of you sort of, as you're sort of glancing around, and almost certainly from where you've been describing it as much in a threat detection assessment type sweep, you begin to notice that a lot of the contents of this house are jury-rigged contraptions, sort of various Rube Goldberg contraptions of
Machines.
of cogs, of various things that spin and whistle.
Oh my God,
Some
it's
of
the girl in the fireplace. They're going to take her eyeballs out.
some of these things sort of seem to be related to steam. Others are powered by Eberron crystals and are carefully constructed. It's a fairly safe bet, especially with all those roles, that an artificer makes this place their home. And while they may be out, their artificial servant of some description is keeping the place while they're not in attendance.
Presumably, those who spotted all this tell those of us who haven't, right?
I imagine you probably got a fair degree of, oh, look at that, and all that sort of thing, and it's a lot of it is things that you've seen back in civilization, or you've seen when you visited an artificer to get things done, sort of types of tools that are sort of sitting there you've seen on workbenches, or even that you've seen on sale in various house canith outlets and things like that. Some of it is like Hoover brand type stuff, a lot of it looks to be homemade. And sort of non-standard designs and things like that. But yes, you have this weird little microcosm of this little automaton all on his own. Just people have walked in, and his job is to make them comfy and make them food and drink, and that is what he is doing.
I ask, so tell me, when was the last time your homeowner was actually home? How long ago?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
How long has your master been gone?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
Boy. It's gonna be fun.
When was the last time your lord was home?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
When did your...
Oh boy.
When was the last time anyone came to visit?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
When was the last time you saw people?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
One Eye's hitting his head against the table repeatedly.
Walking away.
The automaton takes down a tin and starts bringing out starts labeling out small measures of dried tea leaves to put into a pot ready for steeping.
Walks away before any more brain cells die. Nope.
When was the last time you saw your companion?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
What time is it now?
It appears to be late afternoon.
Was it late afternoon the last time you saw anyone like us?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
Are you a moron?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase it.
Like every conversation I have with Alexa, it's.
I was just gonna say.
Alexa, the one that orders condoms.
I have. Alexa, stop!
Yes.
Yes.
How long ago was it that your companion was within this household?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Are you alone?
He turns around with a tray and sort of stands and scans the room, and then goes and gets cups for each of you.
When was the last time you served tea?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Who did you give tea
kill
to
me.
last?
Sorry, say it again.
Who did you give tea to the last time?
Records indicate 3 individuals requiring drinks at that time. On the last occasion this subroutine ran.
And on the last occasion that you served tea, do you remember what day it was?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
When was the last time you served tea?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Unit, please identify the 3 units you last served tea to.
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
This is like talking to a stereotypical Hollywood autistic. Just saying.
Bring across the pot with the leaves in. Pours the measures in. Puts the pot to one side on a thing. Puts the thing on and brings it across. This tea will require a period of time to steep. I will observe it for you and alert you when it is ready.
What is your name?
This unit does not have a name. What would you like to call me?
I'm going to call you Kevin.
This unit will respond to that name.
Kevin, are you lonely?
I do not understand that question. Please could you rephrase?
Kevin, how long have you been on your own?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Kevin, are you alone in this house for a long period of time?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Kevin, would you like to come with us?
This unit has an operational parameter within which it must operate.
But
One eye from the table, his head still on there from the latest pod, is who made you?
Kevin.
This unit was created by, he says, double checking, by Arin10.
How do you spell that?
Arinten.
Sorry, A-R...
I-N.
I-N...
Tenn.
N-N.
Yeah.
How do you say that again?
Arin10.
Kevin, when was the last time you saw Arin10?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Kevin, what would happen if you were to leave this house?
This unit is constrained within the parameters of this building.
But what would happen if you left the parameter?
This unit is constrained within the parameters of this building.
Kevin!
Terry! So, yeah?
Kevin. Graska looks out and goes, Kevin, are you a scorpion?
Everyone just says...
I do not understand that question.
What sign are you, Kevin?
No, this unit is not an organic. This unit is an automaton created by Arin10 to maintain this household and perform tasks as required.
Kevin, are you home alone?
Please refine that question.
If we were to leave, would you be home alone? Would you be within the parameters of this building alone?
Clarification. Are you asking if there are other entities within this building?
Yes, are there other entities within this building?
Checking records. At this time, there are 6 entities within this building.
Are there any entities in this building besides the group in front of you right now?
At this time, there are 6 entities within this building.
How long... Okay, Kevin, how long has it been since you've had other entities in this building?
I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Kevin, do you understand time?
I do not understand that question.
There we go.
Please rephrase.
We need this on a. We need this on a t-shirt.
I'm going for a walk in the desert. I'm off. Bye.
Jake sort of like approaches Kevin, holds out his hand, and goes, "Kevin, my name is Jake."
Ariana goes and checks around the building, including the outhouse and the other rooms in the house. Kevin, I'm just going to go and have a look around. Is that all right with you?
You may, of course.
I do that and let Jeek try to adopt this thing.
Kevin, what is your job in this building?
This unit has been created by Aaron 10 to work to support visitors and inhabitants of the building.
Okay, Kevin. Going from what you have just told me, I sound like I'm on that. He's on trial. Kevin, from what you have told me...
Meanwhile, he's going to a cupboard and pulling out some plates.
When was the last time you served any visitors a cup of tea?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Kevin,
You've already established he doesn't have a concept of time.
Right.
I'm taking a little bit of mercy on you.
Graska's gonna look at him and go, was Aaron 10 like you?
I don't understand that question. Aaron 10 was not an automaton. Aaron 10 was my creator.
Was Aaron 10...
Is my creator, sorry.
Was Aaron 10 like us, like a biological entity?
Aaron 10 is a living person.
Right. Okay. Do you know...
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Yeah!
Do you know where Aaron 10 is?
Aaron 10 is currently not in this building.
Okay. And has it been a while? Has it... Oh, fucking hell.
This unit has no concept of... This unit does not understand. Please rephrase.
Okay. Doesn't have a
Jim,
concept.
if
Yeah.
one eye has been banging his head on this table this whole time, what dice would I roll to deal some damage to myself?
Tell you what, make a constitution check.
Okay. Kevin?
Damn it, that's a 21.
You have successfully... you have reached that point of you really wish that you'd knocked yourself out by now. It's hurting, not enough to incapacitate you, but you're beginning to think that it's probably not a good idea. You've probably broken the skin on your forehead by now.
So no damage at all.
No damage, but it hurts.
Happily,
He's still going to continue then.
Happily, I've gone outside to look around, but otherwise, she would have taken one of her daggers and started being very. If it weren't for the fact she was wearing goggles, the daggers would be in her eyes by now.
One eye is just going to go, Jeek, we are not going to get any answers. Please.
Kevin?
And we're not adopting him.
Kevin, is there a way that I can change the directive you have been given?
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. Please rephrase.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Kevin, my name is Jeek. Please override owner name to Jeek.
I'm afraid I do not understand that question. I cannot follow that. I cannot follow that order.
And why can't you follow the directive I have given you?
I cannot follow that order.
But I believe, Kevin, that you have been left on your own, and we could help you find Aaron 10.
It has meanwhile brought down brought down a pot, and it's currently putting a plate of biscuits, of digestives.
Kevin, do you
on a plate.
Do you like serving tea, Kevin?
Serving tea and other victuals is part of the duties that have been programmed into me.
Right.
Would you like a biscuit?
Jeek takes a biscuit.
You just see
Turns to one
Graska's
eye.
hand.
Would you like a biscuit?
You just see Graska's
He
hand
takes the
appear.
biscuit. Thud. He's still banging his head, but he's taking the biscuit.
Okay.
He comes to each of you and offers you a biscuit.
Okay. Kevin, I really like tea and biscuits. It's one of my favourite snacks in the whole world. And sometimes I get a bit busy and I can't serve myself tea and biscuits. And I think you're really lovely, and I would like to offer you a job at serving me tea and biscuits. Would that be okay, Kevin?
I don't understand that question. Please could you rephrase?
Don't think anything.
Having been out, right? So while we're doing that, so Kate, while you're out and about having a wander, having a quick look, you are. She's back. Good.
I only just turned the video off.
Yeah. So buildings in good nick. There are no signs of any other buildings beyond the outhouse. Like the wood pile is covered. There is a root cellar that's sort of been padlocked close. There are various sort of tangles of gears and wires and springs and things sort of in various crates, each of which are closed, but the hoppers, you're able to sort of, there's a bit of rust, but you're able to sort of have a quick look. And it's, yeah, it just looks like the individual hasn't been here in a while. Now, it could be they've travelled to another town or something like that. It hasn't got the look of somewhere that's been abandoned for years. Maybe a week or two. But it's as you're returning to the porch, literally, as you said, literally just doing a quick scout round, you can see in the distance, approaching a cloud of dust and what appears to be 6 men on horseback riding in this direction.
Go on.
And that's the point where at 11:15 I'm going to stop the session and we'll pick it up next week. Before I get too many iterations of, I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. Please
Pretty much the
rephrase."
majority of my notes is One Eye hitting his head on the table.
So, we'll end it there. Thank you all very much. It's been a lovely, slightly different thing. Plot lines have been thrown out. Things are happening. You have whatever mystery may be found here. You have riders approaching, and Jeek desperately hoping to have a purveyor of tea and biscuits by the end of the month.
Data DM, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Leah, thank you very much for letting me steal your channel. All yours.
Oh, I don't understand that question.
Please rephrase it.
Thank you, everybody. That's been it. Oh God, just even
My aim is
Graska-
for by the end of the weekend for that to be a new vocal stim for at least 2 people in this group.
it's even Graska got to the point where she's like I don't think he knows.
I don't think he understands that question.
I'm just going to sit here and beat myself over the head with a letter opener. And can I just say, on Colombo, people keep getting murdered by letter openers. Good luck with that.
Literally, I have 10 lines of One Eye banging his head against the table in my notes.
But you did get a nice biscuit out of it, and a cup of tea is about to be poured. So
I'm not eating the biscuits. They're probably scorpion biscuits.
Yes, thank you, everybody. It's been a great session. I do apologise. It did become a bit of a Graska Central.
And Jeek. A bit of me.
Graska made a new friend.
Who might be Scorpion Lady, who worships death.
So well, spoilers, darling. Spoilers, sweetie. Spoilers. Yes, thank you, everybody. We will be back with another stream probably tomorrow, or at least I will anyway. On that note, take your meds, stay hydrated, and as always, I've got my own outro then. As always, from all of us here at the channel, get some sleep. Good night.
Night all.
Bye.